It's a strange thing, this peace. I mean, given the history of war. I was remarking to my brother Scott the other day how unusual it is to have not gone to war. I'm 50, and as the youngest of the Reinhardt boys, I thought we are truly a fortunate family. Even if war broke out, we'd be too old to be called into action. So it's something that has passed us over. History is stingy in doling out such periods. All through the ages, back to antiquity, there's scarcely a generation that didn't feel war's cruel scythe cut through its strong, its youth, and its treasure. Even from the early 19th century, the record is dark, bloody, and virtually continuous. The list could begin with the War of 1812, the Napoleonic Wars, the Boer War, Franco-Prussian War, the World Wars, and Korea, as the large conflicts that seemed to lead one into the other. But there were others, and each were horrifying and costly. When history is reviewed, a sobering chill of realization comes with the recounting of the conflicts. And this is what struck me this week. I have been the beneficiary of those who paid a horrible price and enjoy freedom as part of a generation that never went to war. But I look at my son and my grandchildren and realize that history has cast the odds against such good fortune for them. It seems we're never far away from the last or the next war. The biggest mistake we could make is to think the world's a safe place and we become complacent. Freedom requires our eternal diligence. To paraphrase Ronald Reagan, freedom isn't something we pass down through our bloodstream. It's not in our DNA. It is the responsibility of each generation to preserve it and pass it down to those who follow. The warriors who fought for our freedom are getting harder to find as the greatest generation passes into history. We remember them, yes, but we also remember the tenuous hold we have on our liberty, and that it's not automatic, nor did it come without a dreadful price being paid. Abraham Lincoln said, "It wouldn't be foreign invaders that finally take our freedom away, but it would be done from within." We can remember those who fought for our freedom by doing all we can to preserve it day by day. Think of how different things would be without freedom, for it is the very crucible that contains all good things that happen in our lives as individuals and our society as a whole. Freedom is like air, in that it's taken for granted until it's gone. You recall the Lung Association ad that said, "When you can't breathe, nothing else matters." Well, the same could be said for our freedom. Those who gave their lives and limbs for freedom were keenly aware of what they were defending. They were thinking of those who came after them. They have left us a legacy of liberty that we have enjoyed our whole lives. Freedom is fragile, always at risk, and once lost, it may never return. We've enjoyed a generation of freedom. That's a long time in one sense. The danger in such long stretches of peace is that we could fail to remember or be mindful that our lives could have been much different.